We're back in the fantasy bar talking some baseball. Huge slate of games here on Tuesday night, and we are doing another happy hour. Every single bet I'm going to give you 5,000 or below on DraftKings. Nobody above 3,500 on FanDuel. We've got a stack for you I really like. We've got some buy lows, a starting pitcher, and a great strikeout matchup. And my favorite bat among the league leaders in almost every statistical category against this handedness of pitcher. Who we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the fantasy bar. Welcome in, guys. Tuesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy Six-Pack. Hope everybody had a great weekend and a successful Monday in the DFS streets. We are here to cover the Tuesday night slate on FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out today's video. Before we get to those Tuesday plays, do me a favor. Hit that tip jar here, and that is the thumbs up button so we can continue to bring you these free videos. Thank you for that. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you have not already. All right, a couple notes before we get started. Couple weather spots. Minnesota, Chicago looking dicey. We're going to avoid them, and we have Coors Field on the docket. Phillies in Coors, obviously a great spot, but we want to find some plays outside of Coors Field for you here on this Tuesday night slate. All right, let's get started here at shortstop with Zack Neal of the Angels. So Neal really been playing some good ball this season, especially of late. 5 of his last 7, we're talking double-digit fantasy points and some 20-point games in there as well, and really hitting righties well on the season. Woba over 400, ISO pushing 270 this season. Now, Hoglund, not a terrible pitcher, but I do like this matchup. I think it'll be a sneaky spot for the Angels here, especially for Neto. Hoglund loves to throw that fastball 44% of the time. That is his pitch to righties. And we're talking a 411 Woba and a big 319 ISO for Zack Neal against that pitch. And that's dating back to the start of last season. So a big sample size here. Love the spot here tonight for Zack Neal against Hoglund. All right, we're not done yet with the Angels. Let's add another piece in the outfield with Tyler Ward. So great prices here on Ward, just 3,500 on DraftKings and a lowly 3,000 on FanDuel for a guy hitting in the heart of this order. I love the stack here tonight. I don't think it's going to draw a ton of attention. And a guy that's on an absolute power tear right now has gone deep in 5 of his last 7 games. Solid 240 in the ISO department against righties this season. And another guy that hits that four-seamer with some power, 265 ISO dating back to the start of last season. Hoglund, low strikeout rate, just 16.7% against righties, giving up a 472 Woba, a 296 ISO, along with a 50% hard contact rate to right-handed hitters. Now, has been a little bit unlucky. That BABIP way up there, so we want to give the emphasis on that, but I still love the spot here, and I absolutely love these prices on a heart-of-the-order bat like Tyler Ward. All right, let's go to the other side of the game. Big total there. We know it's a great offensive environment, and we'll stay in the outfield with Lawrence Butler. Now, I love the Angels stack tonight, but there's definitely a few pieces on the athletic side if you want to run it back, and Butler's certainly one of those pieces. Now, been kind of quiet of late, but we know the upside's there. This guy gives you power, gives you speed, great way to pile up fantasy points and give you that ceiling that we are looking for. And been solid against righties. Going back to last season, 340 Woba, 212 ISO, and a 52.4% hard contact rate, covering last season and this season here. And Hendrick's always a guy that I'm going to attack, especially with bats like this. Should see plenty of balls in play here. Striking out lefties at only 10% clip. BABIP's been lucky at 242, 370. The Woba allowed last season to lefties. So I think some regression is coming here for Hendricks. Lawrence Butler, solid option here for Tuesday night. All right, let's get you my favorite starting pitcher with Logan Henderson of Milwaukee. Now, this one's certainly high risk, high reward. We don't have a huge sample here for Logan Henderson, just 2 starts. We have a very good Baltimore offense who, yes, has been disappointing this season, but it's not an easy spot, but there's big-time strikeout upside, both with Henderson and with this Baltimore Orioles team. Henderson, 2 starts so far this season, 7 and 9 strikeouts in those starts, and averaging nearly 27 DraftKings points per game. So been very solid there. Baltimore, yes, it's a dangerous lineup, but there's also a lot of strikeouts available here on this team. 6th highest strikeout rate against right-handed pitching this season. We look at the projected starting lineup. 5 of those bats sitting at 24% or higher strikeout rate. This one's not for everybody. Look at that price on FanDuel. DraftKings bumped them up. FanDuel kind of lagging behind here. I'm taking the risk here. I love the ceiling upside here with Logan Henderson against the Baltimore Orioles. All right, back to the bats in the outfield with Dalton Barbeau of Toronto. Now, you talk about red hot here. Comes back from injury and absolutely tearing the cover off the ball. Hits in 5 straight, 3 home runs over that 5-game span. And And look at the numbers against righties to start the season. 440. The WOBA ISO way up at 500, 81.5% hard contact rate. So you say, man, he's probably been pretty lucky here to start the season. BABIP just 238, so actually been unlucky. Those numbers could be even higher for Dalton Barbeau. Now, Dylan Cease, probably not a guy a lot of people are going to target, so we should see very low ownership here. My guess, sub 3% on Dalton Barbeau. Look at some of the numbers Cease giving up to lefties. Hard contact rate at almost 56%. Fly ball rate at over 36. And we talk about those numbers when you see them combined up elevated. Good home run shot here for Dalton Barbeau, not to mention a barrel rate over 16%. Allowed 2 left-handed hitters. So Dalton Barbeau in a sneaky good spot here against Dylan Cease. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Tuesday night. Before we do that, let's run it back on our Beast of the Night contest. Congrats to all of our recent winners. Easy to play. All you got to do, click that thumbs up button, head to the comment section. You got fantasy points on DraftKings for my highest scoring hitter. Going to give you 5 bats. Don't have to guess who it is. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Beast of the Night. Whichever one of the 5 scores the most points, all you need is a number. If your guess is the closest to that highest scoring hitter, we're going to give you a free week of RotoGrinders Premium just for hanging out with me today in the fantasy bar. All right, let's wrap it up with my favorite play for Tuesday night. No mask, Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We're going to go to first base with Paul Goldschmidt of the Yankees, tonight's Beast of the Night. So as you know by now, we are going to always attack Patrick Corbin. Yes, I know he has been much improved this season, has not been as bad as we've seen in years past. I am not buying it here, and I'm going to go with the guy who is leading all of Major League Baseball in batting average, on-base percentage against lefties, and only trailing the MVP favorite Aaron Judge in WOBA, ISO, and WRC plus against lefties. So talk about beast. Paul Goldschmidt has been a little beast here this season against lefties. And while I mentioned Corbin been better, surface numbers look good, nothing really jumps off the page, but that power vulnerability is still there. 56 home runs allowed, 2 right-handed hitters since 2023. I think Goldschmidt sends one into the seats, and if you can fit Aaron Judge here, maybe get a little bit different from the Coors Field stacks out there. Love the Yankees tonight, but Paul Goldschmidt, easily my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for our Tuesday night 6-pack. As always, any comments, questions, feedback, you know where to find me. Hit me up in that YouTube comment section right below the video. You can also reach out and follow me over on Twitter at Beermakersfan. Tonight, make sure you check out the programming here on RotoGrinders. Grinders Live at 5 Eastern, and I will be joining my boys Roth and Kirkwood at 6:10 with Crunch Time, breaking down everything on the schedule, taking your questions. Make sure you tune in to both of those shows. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you again so much for watching. Best of luck on tonight's slate. We'll see you tonight for Grinders Live and Crunch Time. We'll be back with another 6-pack on Friday. Thanks again, everybody. We will see you.
Thanks for checking out our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more DraftKings, FanDuel, and other DFS content. And you can check out our daily live show schedule on rotogrinders.com/videos.